Let's take an exhale out to prepare. Empty your lungs. Deep breath in, fill up the body and hold your breath at the top. Take a second breath in, still holding, and a long sigh out of your mouth. Again, deep breath in, filling up. Second breath in, and a long sigh. Last one, deepest breath you've done all day, filling up the lowest corners of the lungs. Take a second sip of breath up into your chest, and a long sigh, settling into your body, into your practice. Begin to rub your hands together. Focus on the heat building between the palms. Place your palms over the orbit of your eyes, not pushing on the eyes themselves, simply covering the eyes with the palms. Try to create a complete seal so no light is coming in. You might start to see little flashes of light, and instead of focusing on those bright spots, start to search out those darker spaces instead, allowing those darker spaces to grow so the eye muscles can relax. We spend so much of our time looking at screens in a fixed gaze position, and this causes strain not only to our eye muscles, but to the nervous system as a whole. So taking a few moments to relax and reset the visual system can be very, very powerful. Now, as you continue to soften the eyes, I'm going to introduce our theme for practice today. Today, we will be exploring the Yoga Sutra 2.46, which states, Sthira Sukham Asanam. This is often translated as asana or posture should be stable, sthira, and comfortable, sukha. Depending on who you ask, sthira has a few meanings, including, but not limited to, firm, steady, or stable. Whereas sukham is often translated as pleasant, comfortable, easeful. Sukha's literal meaning is good space, taken from the root words su and ka. Now, I really enjoyed learning about the etymology of sukha because its original meaning was a smooth chariot ride. So it was used to describe a smooth chariot ride because the axle fit perfectly within the hole of the wheel, creating that smoothness, that comfortability. Now, this really resonated with me because my experience of sukha within my practice has not been one of a fixed state or somewhere to be arrived at. Instead, for me, just like a smooth chariot ride, there's movement, there is a destination, but it's about the journey. And I really like to embody this in my practice as an exploration into sukha, right? It's something to be moved deeper within, to be settled into. So there's always that sense of movement within. Sthira, on the other hand, for my practice, I've interpreted it as more of an anchored presence, a steadiness that is necessary in order to hold our asanas, our postures. Now, instead of thinking of these two elements as diametrically opposed, my interpretation has been that they are interrelated, complementary, right? So in my yoga practice, I feel both working in a balanced way to bring about the asana. We have the grounding, the anchoring presence of sthira that is necessary to hold us within a shape. But at the same time, with that anchoring presence, we can then explore a little more ease. We can explore sukha. We can explore those elements that we can start to open and soften, but only because we also have sthira anchoring us. One interpretation could be that sthira on its own is too rigid, immobile, whereas sukha could be too soft, too comfortable. So within that, we wouldn't be challenged enough. There wouldn't be room for evolution or growth. As we practice today, I'll continue to invite you to consider sthira and sukha in each shape as we move, and even within the transitions between shapes. I believe this will help broaden our understanding of our physical and hopefully spiritual practice as well. And I'll invite you to consider how you can invite more stability into each posture while also inviting more ease. So with all of that said, go ahead and start to reintroduce light back into your eyes. Blink the eyes open. Alright, let's go ahead and rub the hands together. Focus on that sensation, get between the fingers, the back of your hands, waking up the sensory cortex in your brain. Let's rub one shoulder a few times, up and down the back of the arm and the front, tuning in to what you feel. Take it across your collarbones, all the way to the opposite shoulder, a few little rubs, down the back of the arm and up the front, feeding, stimulating your sensory cortex with this sensory input. Take your hands right behind your skull, massaging under the ears and down the back of the neck, running your hands down the front of your throat, chest, rib cage, and the belly. Then we're going to take it to a forward fold, running the hands down the front of the thighs and up the back of the thighs, down the front and up the back. Starting the sensation as usual because the sensory cortex lies right behind the motor cortex. This means if we begin with sensory, we have a much higher likelihood of the motor cortex working well. Then go ahead and take it to your bum, your back, and get the back body as best you can. Maybe some little Gomukhasana arms to try and get that middle upper back area. Nicely done, everyone. Then let's find a moment of stillness here. Find mountain pose Tadasana. Lift the shoulders up, back, and draw them down. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, maybe a little bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and elongate the spine. And as you exhale, step the right leg back, left leg back, high plank. Now right away, how can we start to invite a little more stability here? Perhaps pushing a little more firmly into the hands, engaging the shoulders. How can we invite a little more ease? Maybe relaxing your jaw. Bring your knees to the floor and slowly lower. Exhale. Nicely done. Now for this variation, reach your arms in front of you. Just move them away. And tuck the chin. So we're looking down. Start to lift the arms up and start to engage the back body firm in the buttocks. And we're going to circle the shoulders 3 times backwards. Big old circles, take up space. And then 3 times forward. Waking up through those shoulder muscles. Ooh, nicely done. Let your hands down on the floor. Tuck the toes, come back onto the knees, and find tabletop. Now we're going to explore our physical through line today, which is external rotation of the upper arm to bring more support, to really embody steer out today. So as you grip into the hands, look at your inner elbow and rotate the inner elbow forward until you feel the upper arm engage. Then, tucking the toes, can you maintain that external rotation of the upper arm in your high plank? How does that feel? Do we have a little more anchoring, more support, which can perhaps allow more ease elsewhere? Then let's go up and back, down, dog. Explore any little movement that you want. And for this posture, let's try to find that anchoring component in the hands. So pushing into the heel of the hand, and then exploring some more easeful movement through the lower body as the upper body anchors us into our downward facing dog. Nicely done, everyone. Find stillness. Inhale. Exhale, roll forward, high plank. How can we find a little more stability, a little more ease? Rotate those inner elbows forward, knees down. How slow can you lower, keeping that stability through the hands, pushing, pushing, pushing. Bring the arms out to the side this time around. And we're going to, again, explore that external rotation of the upper arm. So trying to rotate the inner elbow up, lift a little bit higher. And then from here, we're going to circle 3 times back. Notice that it's just the forearm, so really bring this movement to the shoulders themselves and the other way. So the shoulders are leading the movement and the lower arms just following because luckily it's attached. Bring Bring your hands down, tuck the toes, slide back, child's pose this time. Inhale, exhale, down dog. How can you invite a little more stability here? And just because I like to invite stability through the hands, through the shoulders, maybe you want to explore elsewhere. Where can you invite a little more ease? Maybe the jaw, maybe your gaze softens. Inhale, find stillness. Exhale, high plank, push. Find that strong external rotation of the upper arms. And let's try to explore this movement with both hands in plank or knees down, your choice. So go ahead and let the elbows kind of point out a little bit, so the inner elbows start to face each other. And then can you rotate forward with the inner elbows and back. And just notice the difference. If you feel more or less stability in one position, I definitely do. Bring your knees down and slowly lower. Now hold at a half chaturanga. Grip the floor. How can we invite more stability? Maybe with the fingers, gripping, pushing through the hands. How can we invite more ease? I know it's hard in a position like this, but can we bring a little more softness? Again, perhaps the jaw. Oh, and then let's lower down. Well done. Coming onto the belly. This time, reach your arms back behind you, exploring shoulder extension, thumbs down, pinkies up. And we'll lift a little Shavasana. Circle shoulders. Again, not the forearms. Shoulders 3 times back, 3 times forward. And then we're going to lower down. Exhale, child's pose. Take a moment here, return to your breath. And when you're ready, bring the knee in, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, softly step the right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let's bring that right hand around the left side of the ribs. No, I changed my mind. Left hand around the right side of the ribs. Now, find stability through the torso, the lower body anchoring into the floor, exploring that steadiness, so we can explore movement through the right shoulder. So everything else is anchored and still. 5 big circles exploring the full range of that right shoulder. So we're not twisting in the spine, we're not letting the hips move about. We're keeping the lower body still so the upper body can have a little more freedom. Let's do 5 circles forward. Can we find a little more ease through our breath? In and out of the nose if you can. You know I'm a little stuffy today. And when you're ready, we're going to find stillness here. Reach up, reach to the ceiling. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, twist to the left, opening the arms. Now, left hand can just come onto your hip, and the right hand is going to start to turn towards, well, the front of your mat. It's like you're trying to push someone away, or saying stop. Now, we're going to explore something called neural flossing. So I want you to maintain a 2 out of 10 sensation, be very gentle. So there is some effort here, but there's also going to be ease. Pull your fingers back actively into wrist extension and finger extension. We're going to explore external rotation of that right arm. So we're going to start to rotate out with the hand a little bit. Now you might already start to feel some stuff, so be mindful, 2 out of 10. Now our anchoring point is going to be the shoulder blade. So draw that shoulder blade down and hold it firm, hold it steady. We're going to explore now, if it's already a 2 out of 10, maybe just stay as you are, or explore a little more easeful movement, gentle, with the head. So you're going to bring left ear to the left shoulder, and up. We're going to do that 4 more times. You want to feel this through the median nerve, so your thumb, index finger, ring finger. Draw the shoulder blade down. This is really important. This is your anchor. That shoulder blade isn't descending. We're not going to really be able to glide that nerve. Good, then hold left ear to the left shoulder. And this time, keeping that shoulder blade anchored, you're going to move just the wrist into flexion and extension. 4 more times, shoulder blade down. 2 out of 10 sensation. So we're still inviting ease, even though there's some effort. Oh, okay, you can just give it a shake. Now we're going to do something called a slack for this nerve. We brought it under tension. Now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to reverse all those steps. Grab onto your right elbow, pull it across the body. Then come into wrist flexion, tuck your wrist into the left collarbone, lift your shoulder now up towards your ear, and then we're going to lower, perhaps all the way down onto your right leg. Now you don't have to come all the way down. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Right shoulder lifted up, right ear towards the right shoulder. Maybe close your eyes, feel nice. Just relaxing those nerves that we just put under tension. Now we did a floss of that median nerve because it helps with grip strength, and we want our grip strength for what's coming next. Let's look down, inhale. Exhale, let's come to Malasana at the top of the mat. Heels in, toes out. Now we're going to do a little funky transition, so pay attention. Follow your left hand all the way around to the left, and we're going to end up at the back of the mat with your left leg crossed on top, coming into our cross-legged seat. Go ahead and grab onto this top leg and pull yourself forward with the inhale, and then we're just going to circle the shoulders a few times back, and a few times forward. Nicely done. So we just floss that right arm, because that's going to be our stabilizing anchor for what's coming next. Bring your right hand down to the floor, probably off the mat, and slide the left leg all the way back and around so that your left thigh is kind of next to your right foot. Now, we're going to explore that external rotation of the upper arms. I know you can't see my inner elbow, but it's right here, so my finger's there. So, inner elbow shines away from you. Grip and push. Now, this right arm is an external rotation. It's our support, our foundation. It is our experience of stira. Keeping that strong anchor, push down to lift the hips up and firm the bum. Look up towards your top fingers if that's available to you. And again, how can you invite more stability in this shape? Probably through that bottom arm, pushing away. How can you invite more ease? Maybe softening your gaze so you're not looking at one fixed point, but you start to take in your full surroundings of the room into the peripheral vision. One more breath in to lift you high. Exhale, lower down, soft. Bring your left hand towards the top of the mat. Explore side bend. Push that right leg in particular down to the floor. And breathe into that right lung. Anchoring through the legs now, so we can explore more freedom, more softness through this right side as it opens. Inhale to lift up. We're going to reverse all those steps, so left leg is going to swing all the way around on top of the right. Now you can use your hands or no hands. We're going to end up Malasana at the top. Heels in, toes out. Nicely done, everyone. Then we're going to step back and we're going to find a little lizard pose, right leg back. Explore your lizard. And from here, notice what your arms are up to. So hands on floor on the blocks. Let's rotate those inner elbows forward, pushing the floor away. Nice. Now keeping the strong push, walk the hands back a little bit maybe. Bend the elbows. Think perhaps a little chaturanga. Walk the hands back a little more. And we're just going to do a little push here. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere that doesn't need to have tension. So just using the right amount of support here, not over effort. When you're ready, down dog is where we'll meet. Take a moment here to recalibrate, return to the breath. Where can you use more stability? Where can you find a little more ease? And when you're ready, let's bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, let's bring the right hand around the left side of the rib cage. Now lower body is steady and firm as we reach up, back and around 5 times, big circles through the full range of that left shoulder. Just the left shoulder, exploring freedom. And then we'll go around the other way, 5 times. Keep the lower body pretty still, so we're not rotating, we're not doing any weirdness through the lower body. And then we're going to reach up. Inhale, imagine you're going to touch the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand in front, right hand can come on your hip. Now externally rotate that upper arm, so we're just going to turn the fingers out to facilitate a little more external rotation. Pull the fingers back. This is for the median nerve. We want to feel it in the thumb, ring, and middle fingers. Now descend through that left shoulder blade, so it's kind of over-exaggerating, but you want to pull that left shoulder blade down, right ear towards right shoulder, 2 out of 10 sensation, we're going to lift and lower the head 5 times. 2 out of 10, anchoring through that left shoulder blade as it draws down into scapular depression. Then keep right ear, right shoulder, just a 2 out of 10 sensation, and move the wrist 5 times. So we're just mobilizing that nerve from some different areas to improve its signaling to the brain. When the brain gets clear signals, we get clearer outputs, better movements. Good, give it a shake. Oh. Good, then we're gonna do our slack. So you're gonna take your arm in across the body, bend the elbow, tuck the left fingers into your right collarbone, left ear to the left shoulder as the left shoulder lifts up, and then we'll lower all the way down. I'm gonna get my hair out of the way so that y'all can see what that looks like. You can hold on to your elbow with the other hand. One more breath in. Exhale, Malasana at the top. Alright, we're going to do that little funky transition. So go around to your right hand side, end up in the back of the mat. Right leg on top. Remember, you can have your hands down, that's totally fine. Grab onto your forward leg, pull yourself forward in here. Exhale, circle the shoulders forward a few times. Exploring scapular movements of shoulder blades gliding across the back. Alright, so we use the median nerve line on the left side. So we're going to see if that's helped engage that stability we need for our back bend. Bring the right leg all the way back and around, right knee kind of next to your left foot. Bring the left hand down, fingers turned away, so we can explore that external rotation of that stabilizing arm. So if I never, just let it be sloppy for a moment. Then we'll do the reverse. So we'll push down, rotate the inner elbow away, grip the fingers. Notice how when we already get the shoulder where it needs to be in that externally rotated position, the back bend almost feels like it's already started. Push down to that stabilizing hand to rise up. Reach up and back. Firm the bum. Now look up to those top fingers and soften the gaze, soften your breath, inviting sukha into the breath, into the gaze, while exploring sthira through that stabilizing arm. One more breath in, lift a little higher, look up. Exhale, lower booty to the floor. Right hand down, left arm reaches to the top of your mat. Now our anchors are the legs, so we're rooting those knees down so we can explore more freedom in the side bend, more space. Try to relax your neck as well. Inviting more stability in the lower body so we can explore more freedom in the upper body. And we're going to go ahead and come out. And we're going to cross the right leg over. We're going to spin around, face the top of the mat, heels in, Malasana. Now, if you like, we've done both arms, so we can explore an arm balance. So the median nerve is really good for grip strength, which we need in things like crow. So if you like, we're going to explore a little crow variation. Lean forward, grip, push, stay here. Maybe you squeeze those knees in, you lift one foot, maybe two. Noticing how your arms are feeling after all that median nerve work. One more breath. And then softly bring it back down, left leg back. Explore lizard. Walk your hands back, explore the movement. And then again, we're going to walk the hands back. We're going to do a little bend in the arms. We're going to push back up. We're going to do that a few more times. Maybe walking the hands back incrementally. Think a little bit of chaturanga in the arms. Strong legs. Can you find softness in the breath, even though we're doing something that requires quite a lot of grounding? When you're ready, take it back, downward facing dog, or perhaps a resting pose. From downward facing dog, make your way to the top of your mat, your tiptoes to the hands or top. Bend the knees, and roll all the way down to your back. Bring your knees in and just give yourself a little cuddle. And we'll set up for Shavasana, final posture, any comfortable shape. Let's take one last deep breath into the belly, sides of the body, the back, holding. Take a second sip of breath up into your chest, and a long sigh out of your mouth. soft, slow breath into your body. Feel your throat open and release, so the airflow becomes smooth and unrestricted. Give yourself permission to be soft, to be still. And before we leave the mat today, take a moment to consider where in your life could you use a little more balance between Stira and Sukha? Where could you use a little more support? Where could you use a little more ease? If you'd like to stay a little longer in Shavasana, please feel free. If you're ready, if you're ready, start to make your way up into a seat. Bring your hands together, inhale.